Hugh Grant, Peter Capaldi, Ken Russell, worms. What's that, you say? Why yes, this is the greatest film ever made. The Lair of the White Worm was one of Bram Stoker's final pieces of writing, published just 1 year before he passed away. The novel took inspiration from a classic English legend, that of the Lambton Worm, a great slithering beast that was conquered and slain up in northeast England by some dude named John. The book is almost universally regarded as a failure and a major drop in quality for the renowned Gothic author. 70 years later, director Ken Russell was already decades through his vicarious, wonderful filmography when he decided to adapt the story. He himself was no fan of the book, despite loving Stoker and having made a failed attempt to greenlight his own Dracula adaptation. Therefore, his Lair of the White Worm is a rather loose adaptation, shall we say. The film begins, as all great films do, with some archaeological diggery. Angus, played by Peter Capaldi, unearths a large, unusual skull. He and some local women argue over whether it belongs to a dinosaur or to a cow.
Cow?
Of course, they're both wrong. Clearly, it is the remains of fallen hero Ki-Adi-Mundi. Running on a high of discovery, Angus accepts an invitation to a celebration where a Celtic band relays the full expositional folklore of the Dampton Worm.
Now what the kind of fish it was, John Dampton couldn't tell. But he didn't like the look of it, so he threw it down a well.
All exposition should be delivered this way.
Well, now, until recently, all microchips were susceptible to damage from the intense magnetic pulse of a nuclear explosion. That is why one of our private defense contractors came up with this.
Hugh Grant, in one of his earliest roles, plays James, a descendant of the hero who defeated the creature. Both as James and as Hugh Grant, he begrudgingly plays his part in the show. Angus and James meet up, and thank God they do, because between Hugh's posh tough routine and Peter's Scottishness, it is pure accent porn.
I suppose digging in cow dung is fun, is it?
It depends on what you find underneath.
In any case, it's a nice antidote after suffering through the shrill ranting of the local blondies.
What's to do? You cut yourself
Sexy
or
beast,
something.
didn't he? The caveman, I mean.
Angus!
Dad had a cow look like that.
Dinosaur.
Bessie. I reckon that's Bessie. Miss Spotted Dick.
The plot thickens with the return of Lady Sylvia, played by Amanda Donohoe. Even if you were watching the film in 240p, you could instantly identify her as an evil priestess working as a feeder for a giant, monstrous snake. Locals begin to vanish along with the skull of Ki-Adi-Mundi, and the heroes must work together to stop the priestess, and potentially the re-emergence of the ancient beastly beast. It is a silly plot, but Ken Russell knows it, and he wants you to know it too. The result is a criminally fun 90-minute romp through local legend, mystery, and naked snake vampire women. With a script so crammed with innuendo, it would make Roger Moore blush.
How do you rate the music?
I'm not really into it, banging.
Are you into any sort of banging?
I'm not bad on the mouth organ.
Fans of Ken Russell will be most delighted when the director dips into his usual bag of tricks. The most clear trademark occurs when one of the innocent ladies touches a crucifix, doused in venom, and is transported into a ghastly vision. She sees the crucified Jesus wrapped in the coils of the pale worm, as you do, while a crowd of nuns are brutalized by a legion of Roman soldiers, while Lady Sylvia watches. Although, there's something about her appearance that is awfully familiar. It recalls imagery from Russell's previous work, The Devils, and the hallucinatory style of Altered States. It embodies the energy and zaniness of the film as a whole. As the third act rolls in, things get dafter and dafter in the best way possible. There is so much glee to be mined, with Lady Sylvia getting charmed out of her house by a Turkish record, Hugh Grant going full Neville Longbottom on a snake vamp's arse, as well as there being Worm Actually. The camp is just exploding off the screen as Peter Capaldi becomes a true local hero. Also, it's Ken Russell, so the White Worm is definitely a penis.